right. So next one we'll talk about. All right. So we talking about the NBA type of contracts. Think about the players we got now, for as John Wall. Right. He's getting paid He's getting paid a crazy amount. I forgot how much. I think his contract's like $200 million or something like that.
Right, and it goes up next year.
Yeah. So he's getting paid that to sit.
Almost $50 million a year.
Yeah, $50 million.
But
they still got to pay him.
He wants to play now.
No, but yeah, now he wants to play, but he was collecting checks.
He was collecting
and
checks.
he said, I want to play if I start.
Yeah.
And you don't deserve to start, bro.
Right, you ain't
you gotta work your way back.
You gotta improve yourself.
So he gave them demands. They said, no. And now he's sitting there still getting paid. So, and then you got Ben.
He asked for a trade too, but you know.
Yeah, but that contract's so bad.
Yeah, nobody wanted it.
Right, you got Ben.
You got Ben who going through hoops to try to sit on the bench and still get paid.
Yeah.
And then you had Harden, who they sent home that year, that time. And he was still getting paid, so they worked out a trade.
Kawhi faked hurt.
Yeah, don't go there. But no, the most egregious one is what we was talking about off camera, the Luau Deng joint.
Yeah, the Luau Deng still getting paid by the Lakers.
Still getting paid?
No, he just stopped last year.
Really?
Yes, he was still getting paid. He been in the league for years.
So I checked Todd McCullough's contract.
Right, Todd McCullough's contract with the Sixers. Don't get like.
So do y'all think that the NBA should adapt more NFL style contracts in the term of non-guaranteed deals, deals based on more performance?
See,
maybe a higher signing bonus.
See, that's tough, but
yeah.
I'll put it like this. Before this Ben Simmons topic, I would have leaned to no. Now with this whole Ben Simmons situation and with the approach that he's taking, based off because of what's been going on with the landscape, I think you need to put something in the contract to get these dudes to understand. Like, listen, if you don't do this, you don't perform.
Yeah.
You ain't getting this money.
Like games played metric type of thing? I mean, they do got that now because these players do get paid off a game.
Right, they got the games played, but no, I need performance metrics.
So
I need performance metrics. And I'm not talking about like if you get injured, if you get injured, that's a different conversation. But if you're available to play, I need performance metrics for you to get guaranteed this money.
Right.
You're not gonna just be out there running around the court and just lollygagging up the court. No, if
I can't prove that though.
how can I prove that? Because of based off when you come in, because
I'm talking about the injury thing. Because remember, Kawhi, the Spurs said, "Yo, bro, you cool to come back." He's
if
like,
my doctor said, not talking about that. If my doctors say you're not injured, we gotta have a conversation.
What if your doctor say you injured?
Huh?
The doctor said he wasn't.
No, I'm saying if the team doctors say you're not injured.
Okay.
We gotta have a conversation.
That's a legal thing. Yeah, that's
I said we gotta have a conversation because I'm gonna put that. That's what I'm saying. I will put that in the contract to where like when we evaluate you, we put you on the court. We run you through the test level because we're not just looking at you medically. We're gonna put you on the court. We're gonna run you through the things, and we look like yo, he can play. Yo, you gotta get your butt out here on the court.
What you gonna say on it?
So I've been saying this to years. I've had multiple conversations about this. I feel like the NBA should adopt some of the NFL's contract stipulations. I feel like players, well, even before I get to that, I think for too long we've seen players when it's contract year, they're balling. They're out. They're balling.
Yeah.
We seen Carlos Boozer do this
Trying to get right.
a lot.
Yes.
To get the bag. You know what I'm saying? So I think when the NFL, some of the contracts are structured. If you make a certain amount of certain amount of touchdowns, certain amount of yards, you get incentives. You get bonus and all that stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
The NBA, I feel like you need to average a certain amount of points. Depending on the player,
Certain amount of games
has to be played to get this guaranteed money. Certain amount of points, assists, whatever your position requires, whatever your skill set requires. It needs to be a criteria in the contract for you to get all your money. And the injury thing, you can even freak that in there some kind of way where you got some kind of money in the bank just in case you get injured. You're not going to get all your money, but you'll still get a certain percentage of your money because you can't help your injury, obviously.
Yeah.
So
you lean on the
Now,
percentage.
to understand, if you're going to do a performance-based contract, that's going to be after their rookie contract.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what they're going to do coming in as a rookie.
No, I agree. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the rookie contracts as they are
fine.
now are pretty fine.
Yeah, rookie contracts. Right.
The max deal.
They're almost similar to NFL.
Yeah, the rookie contracts are fine. It's when you start going to
the max deal.
Right, your max
Performance
deals
is a tricky thing though because
why is that?
Performance is a tricky thing because the NBA is not structured like the NFL in a way like. NFL, if your production drop, you are done out the league. You are gone.
Yeah, I'm not going.
You are gone.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're not kicking you out, but they look, oh, no, you're done. You're washed good. You're done.
Right,
I'm going to the next.
No pay,
when it comes to the NBA, they don't really care. If they could see you mailing it in, I'll pick you up. Like, and somebody else will come get you.
That's the problem.
They'll come get you.
NFL kind of does that too.
Not too much.
Not too much.
Antonio.
Like,
huh?
Look at Antonio.
What, Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
he was still playing. He was still productive. He's still good.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They feel that you can still.
I'm talking about performance. Not talking about performance.
Like you
your numbers,
like
you mailing it in, so your numbers look bad.
Even when
they not going to pick you back up.
In the NFL, you cannot play. Your performance can be good, but your personality ain't
or your age.
Really good.
They like play.
Or your age. You can have 1,000 yards a year, but if you in 30, oh no, I'm not giving you no contract.
You got a little short lifespan.
Yeah, I'm not giving you no contract. I think the NBA is not as strict with that. So like, remember when James was overweight?
Still is.
They said he was overweight and he was mailing on the Rockets. That's like, we'll take it. Like, it don't like that. Right. We know you mailing. We'll take you.
And that's the problem.
Right.
So
that's the point.
you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to performance metrics, you might have guys like that chase stats. It's really easy to chase stats in this era too. So I don't want a guy chasing stats at the wrong time, making the offense out of sync because you want to hit this metric to get your contract. But they can get really like manipulative with these.
Just to add on to that. When I'm talking performance metrics, your performance has to put a positive impact on my team.
How can you judge that though?
How can I judge that? Because we have to be winning.
Right.
I don't care
That's
what
a bigger thing though.
No,
Coach can be bad. Players missing shots like that. It's a lot of things that go into winning.
Right, but not true. There's a lot of things going into winning, right? Yeah. But the difference I can say between NFL and NBA, you can affect the game on both sides of the game. Where NFL, you only can be offense or you can be defense. Right. And you got to perform either on offense or on defense.
Right, but only
right. In the NBA, players are playing both offense and defensively.
For you.
Huh?
For that one particular player. I can't help if my shooting guard can't guard the other person's shooting guard.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
You're getting cooked.
When you're coming to the league, right? You're already coming to the league with expectations based off of what we've seen you do, whether you played college, whether you came straight out of high school, whether you played in Right. So we already see what your skill set is. So based off of your skill set, I should see when we start negotiating your contract as a player. If you want certain amount of money, like you want this big money with this max money, I should see improvement in your skill sets as you progress. If I don't see improvements, or if you're not playing up to par, this money's not guaranteed.
NBA defense doesn't get you paid.
Huh?
Defense doesn't.
It used to get you paid.
Nah, yes it do.
Yes, it does.
No, listen. If you collect rebounds and blocks. But if you're like just a one-on-one defender,
how they gonna get you paid?
Draymond Green lost out in the Supermax because he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year.
That gets you paid.
But he was also doing assists. He was doing assists.
Right, but he lost money.
And he was getting rebounds. I'm talking about just one-on-one, but you're not collecting rebounds or blocks. I'm just talking about just one-on-one guard defense does not get you paid.
Yeah, I would do.
That's what I'm talking about.
I wouldn't do performance metrics on that. I would do it based off of top 5 MVP finish. Things where these players don't have an influence on. Right. Like, it's up to people evaluating everything. See,
I disagree. They're going to be, like you said, they don't got an influence.
They have.
No, what I'm saying is, like, you can't, to my point saying, where you just stat chase, you can't do that and still make that. They evaluate everything. Well, if your team is bad,
that's what I'm saying.
And you stat chasing, you still, what I'm saying, if you stat chase, I can still hit your metrics. Even if I'm not playing the right way.
Now my team not winning.
If it's based off performance, average a certain amount of game, I can still do that.
But my team, as I said, has to have a positive.
But that's why they say the same thing.
But that's still a great line. Like you could do whatever you're supposed to do, and your team lose. Like
but you ain't finishing up there in top.
Like you can't really.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, you're not finishing in the MVP conversation. You're not finishing in top nothing if your team ain't winning. Right. No matter what metrics you're performing at.
Right. But what metrics are you talking about? Are you talking about average a game?
No. That's the basic stuff.
Okay. All right. I'm talking about like
you gotta be elite. Right. You gotta be elite. You gotta be landing into the elite level conversations with certain things for me to be considered that. I'm not gonna let you just host just based over points and rebounds. No, it's ridiculous.
No, I don't think you even have to go as far as doing like averages as far as
I would do that's what I'm saying.
Just do like the total amount of such and such for a year, like total amount of points a year. If you reach this point, we'll give you this. If you reach that point, we'll give you this. You reach this many rebounds, you'll give you this. That's kind of how.
That's might get the stat chase.
Right, you might get a stat chase.
I'll just put it like this. You can say stat chasing and all that, but that's a whole nother different discussion or whatever. But if it affects your team, if a player is playing, if it forces the player to play harder, and it has a positive effect on the team, then they deserve the money.
But it has a positive. Say it like this: you can say all that, but our team has to finish above 500 or they got to finish with this certain record.
Right.
For you to get that.
Yeah.
So you got to add that into it. But we got to get out the first round.
It's only positive until it's not positive, right? So, like, we could be winning when it's positive. But I keep doing that same thing to get to these stats because I'm a little far away. Now it becomes negative.
I think we might have a slight of a information problem here because I could have swore don't they got that set up for the coaches right now?
They have some. Some of that stuff. I just thought about it. Some of that stuff like you get certain things for All-Star.
Yeah. No, you do. You do.
Right. So you get those. So then my only thing that I'm gonna add to this then is gotta be time on the court.
But everybody don't get that. What I'm saying is, should it be for everybody, right?
It's not
Luol Deng was getting his money regardless if he got his stats or not. Like,
because it's a level of guaranteed money.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. They just get guaranteed. Yeah.
Even if they ain't playing them. Where they stretch it out.
Then I'm gonna say on the court, like being availability. There you go. I'm gonna say availability. There's gotta be a number of availability. Like I said, injuries are freak of nature sometimes. You can't really control that. But I guess I gotta add also with reaching certain stat metrics, you gotta have availability. Yeah. Because like you're saying, we having disagreements, so all of a sudden now you want to sit out and you think I'm gonna still pay you the money? No, you're not meeting my metrics. You're not meeting none of my metrics. I'm not paying you the money.
Yeah, right.
I think you have to also put availability in playing on the court as well as feature stat metrics. Because I'm not even going to have you say, well, if I gotta play the game, I'm just gonna be out here running around and I still make my money. No, you still gotta perform while you out here.
You better believe that's gonna be on the table on this next.
A lot of this is gonna be on the table. Yeah. So I think it has to be. You have to have some type of metric out here to force these players to get them to understand. Like, listen, I'm paying you this money. You got to give me something back.
Yeah, they got the metrics, but certainly like not everybody's subjected to that metric.
I think it should be across the board. I think it should be across the board based off of your skill set and what you project it to be.
Like there's metrics for you to be eligible for the Supermax that you have to hit.
Right.
Like you have to be first team
to
get more money and things like that. But should it be more universal for these players?
For everybody.
Well, not for everybody, because I don't think the person on the bench should have hit a metric.
If he never
ain't going to get in, so you ain't got to worry about it.
You still got to pay him then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's another issue. Who qualifies for that metric? It's like
starters.
Like, do the bench players get guaranteed? Like, how
the bench players starters in the 6 man?
I don't have a problem with. All right, here's the thing, and this is coming from. I'll give you a funny scenario that I always laughed at. My boy, James Jones.
Yeah.
From his playing days, ever since he played with Bron, he's always been with Bron, and he's always rolled the bench. Yeah. But no matter what team Bron goes to until he retired, James Jones was there. So I'm trying to understand, and he got paid. So I'm trying to understand. Was whatever he was contributing, either
the leader,
as a leader, vocal, or whatever he was doing in practice, was having a positive impact on the team. And we're like, all right, we'll bring you in. Then I can understand, like I can see, like that's why I'm saying I wouldn't worry about a bench player. But as far as a superstar, like a star player, like you in my rotation, I think you should have benchmark. If you in my rotation. Now, if you're not in my rotation, I'm not worried about you.
I think there's a metric for starters versus bench players anyway. But then, unless a bench player is a 6 man, establish the 6 man award or whatever.
No, I mean like
there's a benchmark for that. There's a benchmark.
Yeah, I mean like the 7th, 8th.
Yeah, 10th. That's what I said. I would do it if you're in my rotation. You're not in my rotation, then no.
I'm saying like Drummond plays like 20 minutes a game. Like is he like he not the I don't know,
he should be
6 man.
Like that's what I'm saying. It should just be starters because you never know when the bench player is going to hit that starting mark. You know what I mean? You never know when the bench player is going to step up or knock somebody out.
How about contracts should be broken into tiers? And there's a highest amount in the tier that you have to hit a certain metric to go to that next tier.
Now what do you do about a player who's trying to reach that tier 1 knowing damn well he can't reach that tier 1, but he's out there trying? And it's not.
I mean, it's about results. Like,
it could be good for everybody.
But I don't think it's going. What I'm trying to say, like, say you like the bull, like, all right, he's shooting for that tier 1, but like, dude, you know. But that's having a negative impact on your team because he's trying for that tier 1.
Well, I mean, Supermax kind of almost the same way. Like, these people trying to be eligible for Supermax, so Draymond, this conversation has more detail layers than what this conversation is going to be able to provide. But we just talking about in a broad sense. I don't know, maybe some type of tiering, something where it's like
I'm interested to see.
Like, all right, like you in this next tier, now your contract is this now.
It's definitely some that exists already because I know Clay got missed out on a Supermax deal.
Yeah, because that third team thing. Yeah, the main All-NBA team.
team.
But it ain't for everybody. I wanted it to be an eligible thing for everybody based off.
I think you have to play yourself into that eligibility.
And it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like Ayton don't got the same metric that Devin Booker gonna have. Like different roles, different.
I think you will know. Like I said, after their rookie contract is up, you will know where they're staying and what their impact will be on your team.
I don't know, because if you go to Giannis wasn't Giannis until like 40 when that was up.
Here's a scary thing that we just bumped into. We just saying that it has to be a tier, level tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, right situation, right? So, say I'm a player, whatever the case may be, and I'm capable of tier 1, but I balance out a tier 3 because I want to be subjected to those metrics.
Well, I say tier 1 maybe like, I'm just freestyling, right? So tier 1 starts at the All-Star. Once you make an All-Star team, you're now in this tier that now can go from
what I'm saying is, say for instance, I'm a player that has that capabilities, but because I don't want to be subjected to those metrics, I'm a cool coach in that tier 2.
No, that's on you.
Okay.
You don't get to that top money, man.
Yeah.
Because what as a player would say, like, say for a player might say, like, it's unfair to me that I'm subjected to this tier 1 metrics while this dude down here subjected to this tier 3 metric.
Well, that dude.
Well, he getting paid less than you. He getting paid less than you.
He got to step up his game.
Okay.
Yeah, but based off what tier you get paid less. Okay. So if you in that whatever 6-man tier, you ain't making your ceiling is much lower than the All-Star tier. So if you want to step up,
I'm interested to see how they redesign this if that happens.
Yo, we should create if everybody agrees or thinks that a tier thing can be, figured out, like we should make one. But it's only if everybody agrees something like that. And we design the tiers. Sit
down the debate to figure that out.
And design that tier to see if it'll make sense and probably propose it to everybody and see do y'all think?
Yeah, but don't you think with that it'll be? Well, it depends. If you
we gotta hammer it out.
If we go by stats, then that's going to be...
No, not stats. It's going to be kind of more of end of the year type of...
First teams and
end of the year type of...
You know what's funny? You mentioning that takes me back to the tier joint I have for the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Fame. I'll use that as the blueprint.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, just some type of tier thing where you could be like,
I still believe the Hall of Fame at tier level.
Yeah, like the third team. You make All-NBA third team, you're not going to get paid as much as somebody who made that second team.
You know what? And speaking of... Are we done with this conversation about the contract? Because,
for the most part,
because speaking of tier levels, go back to y'all conversation that we were debating about when y'all think that the players from a certain old-time player should be removed from the all-time list.